and thinking, oh, this is amazing. You know, I've got this big, long book of work. I can't wait to get started on it. But of course, there was lots and lots of builders signing those contracts and really just not enough. Firstly, not enough materials in the marketplace, and secondly, not enough labour to deliver those projects. And so we had, you know, it was very difficult for both parties in those transactions. The builder, you know, the homeowner has borrowed money, and interest rates are starting to go up by that point as well. So the homeowner's borrowed money and wants to hold the builder to the lump sum that they signed in July 2020. The cost of materials and labour exploded. At one point I remember hearing that, you know, prior to June 2020, brickies were charging 70 cents a brick, and then 12 months later they were charging $3 a brick. And we're asking the builders to absorb that increase in cost and hold them to that lump sum. And of course the outcome of that was that they couldn't absorb those costs. And so we've seen, you know, a real explosion of insolvencies in the construction industry. And that has had flow-on effects into commercial construction as well, with trade contractors who might have been servicing both residential and commercial construction. So, you know, that idea of a boom where it's really exciting, construction industry is quite exposed, I think, to supply chain delays, and there were lots of those during that period, and labour force shortages. And there's no question that the labour force I think in Australia more widely, but particularly in WA, it's very difficult at the moment to get trade contractors. Those who are working on commercial and residential construction in Perth, for example, a lot of those are being attracted to the mining industry, and that's also exposed to a slightly different cycle because it's exposed to the price of, you know, iron ore or lithium or whatever resources are being sold. So, you know, people are sort of flying in and out, and it's a bit unpredictable. And I did see some statistics a couple of weeks ago, which I think the Property Council published, about we're not filling those roles. We're not encouraging or, you know, spending as a community, publicly and privately, we're not spending enough to train qualified tradespeople to continue filling those roles. So at the start, I can't remember the exact stat I saw, but it was something, you know, looking at the pace at which people are going to begin retiring from, you know, the construction industry, the labour force, and we just
the entry is not there.
The entry is not there
There's
at all.
less entry and more exits.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And in addition to that, we're not retaining people very well in the construction industry. You know, and I suppose there's probably lots of reasons for that. Some of them are cultural, some of them are financial, but whatever the reasons are, the exit is quite a bit bigger than the entry. And so those are some of the issues that I really see with those cyclical you know, patterns in the industry.